The words are, blame it on your line, cheating, co-deadbeating, two-time and dilly-dilling me, mistreating, loving heart. Did you get all that?
When Patty Loveless sang Blame It On Your Heart, she may have been channeling some of her own experiences with love and loss. This country music legend, known for her haunting voice and heartfelt ballads, has weathered her fair share of storms in her personal and professional life. Let's uncover the truth behind one of country music's most resilient hearts. The early years of Patty Loveless.
I continued taking the lessons, and I had to bring a guitar home. So finally, Daddy saw that I was serious about it. And then when Daddy says, well, I'm going to buy her a guitar. And he bought that Epiphone that's in the exhibit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was 11 years old. So there it is.
Yeah.
And that's what I did around the house, y'all. I'd be out there in the yard barefoot and go around playing.
Patty Loveless, born Patricia Lee Ramey in 1957, has been a cornerstone of the country music scene for decades. Her journey to stardom began in the picturesque hills of Pikeville, Kentucky, where she was raised in a family deeply rooted in musical tradition. As the youngest of 7 children, Patty was immersed in the rich sounds of bluegrass and traditional country music from her earliest years. This musical heritage proved instrumental in shaping her distinctive voice and style. Growing up, Patty was surrounded by music. Her father, a coal miner who suffered from black lung disease, would often sing and play guitar at home. Her siblings were musically inclined too, with her sister Dottie performing in a country band. Her early career was marked by determination and a series of fortunate encounters. Her older brother Roger played a pivotal role in her rise to fame, acting as her manager and biggest supporter. Recognizing her talent early on, Roger took it upon himself to nurture Patty's budding career. It was Roger who brought a teenage Patty to Nashville, hoping to kickstart her career in the country music capital. In Nashville, her talent quickly caught the attention of industry professionals. She began performing with the Wilburn Brothers show at the age of 16, replacing none other than Loretta Lynn. First marriage and early career struggles.
Probably the first date I ever had, and my mother did not know about it, and my sister allowed me to sit out on the porch and hold hands with him. I mean, that's harmless, isn't it?
Yeah, as far as I know.
You know, she made sure that we didn't do any of that strange stuff.
It was during her time with the Wilburn Brothers that Patty's path crossed with Patty Loveless, a drummer for the band. The two young musicians found themselves drawn to each other, bonding over their shared passion for music and dreams of making it big in Nashville. Their relationship blossomed quickly, and in 1973, at age 16, they married. It was at this time that Patty made the decision to change the spelling of her last name from Lovelace to Loveless, a move that became a part of her iconic identity in country music. As a young couple in the music industry, they faced the typical struggles of balancing personal life with professional aspirations. Patty was working hard to establish herself as a solo artist, while Terry continued his work as a drummer. The early years of the marriage were marked by struggles common to many young couples, but exacerbated by the pressures of the music industry. Financial instability was a constant concern as Patty worked to build her career and Terry pursued his own musical ambitions. Despite the challenges, Patty continued to pursue her dream. She spent years honing her craft, performing in clubs and honky-tonks across the country. The big break and growing tensions.
Even though that I came into Nashville at the age of 14, I left Nashville when I was 19 and married this guy from North Carolina, moved to his home state, lived there for about 10 years, and when the marriage was on the outs, I returned back to Nashville in '85, and it just feels like I was able to continue my dreams that I had brought with me when I was 14 into Nashville.
In 1985, Patty's hard work finally paid off when she signed with MCA Records. She released her first major label album, Patty Loveless, in October of that year. This marked the beginning of her ascent in the country music charts, with singles like Lonely Days, Lonely Nights, and I Did starting to make waves. The album showcased her unique voice and traditional country sound, earning her critical acclaim and a growing fan base. But as her star began to rise, the strains on her marriage became more apparent. The demands of a budding music career, coupled with the pressures of maintaining a relationship in the public eye, began to take a toll. Despite their shared love of music, Patty and Terry found themselves growing apart. The breakdown of their marriage was a painful process for Patty, In interviews, she's hinted at the difficulties they faced, including the challenges of maintaining a healthy relationship amidst the temptations and pressures of the music industry. The couple struggled to keep their personal issues private, while Patty's public profile continued to grow. In 1986, after 13 years of marriage, Patty and Terry divorced. The end of the relationship marked a significant turning point in Patty's life, personally and professionally. The aftermath. In the years following her divorce from Terry Loveless, there was a period of profound personal growth and professional development for Patty. While navigating the emotional aftermath of her failed marriage, Patty threw herself into her music with renewed vigor. The dedication paid off as her career continued to flourish throughout the late 80s. During this time, Patty's music began to reflect her personal experiences more deeply. Songs like Timber, I'm Fallen in Love showcased not only her vocal prowess, but also her ability to connect with listeners on an emotional level. Her music resonated with fans who could relate to the themes of heartbreak, resilience, and hope that ran through her songs. Her post-divorce period was also marked by significant professional achievements. In 1988, she was inducted into the Grand Ole Opry, a testament to her growing influence in the country music world. Her albums continued to climb the charts, and she began to win awards and accolades for her work. But it wasn't her professional life that was undergoing a transformation only. In the wake of her divorce, she took time to reflect on herself and her needs in a relationship. This period of introspection was crucial for her growth. A new chapter, Love and Music.
This guy is a producer, and he's looking at me. Later he tells me, because I was looking at you going, this mousy little thing is an artist. He found out.
If walls could talk, huh?
But it was so funny, a year later after that meeting is when Emory and I really, I think we always had interest in each other.
Yeah.
And it just grew and grew, and the friendship grew, and you know, you've got to be friends before you can have any kind of relationship. You've got to be friends first.
It was during this time that Patty's path crossed with Emory Gordy Jr., a respected bassist and producer in country music. Emory had an impressive resume, having worked with artists like Emmylou Harris and producing for bands like Alabama. Their initial relationship was purely professional, with Emory working as a producer on Patty's albums. As Patty and Emory continued to work together, the professional relationship evolved into something deeper. Both had experienced previous marriages and were initially cautious about entering into a new relationship. But their shared passion for music and mutual respect for each other's talents created a strong foundation. In February 1989, just 3 years after her divorce from Terry Loveless, Patty married Emory Gordy Jr.
Well, then you don't take a summer vacation, go on a little trip to the beach or something, just get away from it all?
You know, I really don't. Matter of fact, I want to if I can talk Emory. That's my husband, of course, into it, but I can't drag him away from work, and he can't drag me away from work. So most of the time, our vacation is when we do get to spend a little time. I have a place in Nashville, and he has a place in Georgia. And to explain that, he has a residence in Georgia, where he has a house there, and I have a residence in Nashville, Tennessee.
So you and your husband live in separate states?
We do. But
this is an unusual arrangement.
It's really wonderful. It
Does it
really
work out
works.
okay?
It works very well.
The impact of the relationship on Patty's music was profound. With Emory as her producer, Patty's sound evolved, incorporating more traditional country elements while still maintaining her unique voice. The period saw the release of some of her most critically acclaimed work, including albums like Only What I Feel, When Fallen Angels Fly, and The Trouble with the Truth. Patty has been open about how her relationship with Emory has influenced her music. In a 1995 interview with the LA Times, she revealed that the title track of When Fallen Angels Fly was inspired by their relationship. Their partnership has stood the test of time, both personally and professionally. Emory has continued to produce nearly all of Patty's albums, contributing to her consistent sound and quality throughout her career. Their enduring relationship serves as a testament to the power of second chances and the beauty of finding a partner who not only supports your dreams, but actively helps you achieve them. As Patty's career continued to flourish, she and Emory made the decision to step back from the spotlight in the early 2000s. They moved to a farm in Georgia where Patty found a balance between her music career and a more private life. This decision allowed her to focus on creating music true to her roots, resulting in critically acclaimed bluegrass albums like Mountain Soul and Mountain Soul 2. Throughout her career, she's remained true to her Kentucky roots and her love for traditional country and bluegrass music. Her journey from a young girl singing in the Kentucky hills to a respected country music legend is a testament to her talent, perseverance, and ability to grow from life's challenges. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a major life change that ultimately led to something positive? Let us know in the comments section below.